Welcome back to The Starting Point. I'm Demetrius Minor once again, and our last topic of the day is the White House versus Fox News. And here to join us on the program is Valinda Coffey, who is a junior political science major and communications minor, and we're going to have her intake on this. So, Valinda.
Yes, Demetrius.
You have senior Obama administration's officials, such as Daniel Axelrod, who says that Fox News isn't really news. You have the communications director, Anita Hill, who's said that Fox News is more opinion-based and that it is not journalism. And you have other senior administration officials who are encouraging other media outlets to abandon Fox News. Do you see this as a possible threat to the freedom of speech and or freedom of the press?
In my opinion, I believe that it is starting to encroach on our freedom of speech, our freedom of the press, as just our way of, it's a news outlet. News is given, opinions are given. We've left what is known as news, and we've gone to more what is opinion. Needless to say, I personally watch Fox News, but I watch every other news network, and so far, every one of them seems that they're not giving the news anymore, they're giving their opinion. Everyone wants a banter back and forth. They don't want to know straight on, hi, how are you today? This is what's going on in your life. So, I mean, the more and more that the White House tells us we're not allowed to watch a certain news channel, the more and more people are going to start watching it to see what's the problem.
Exactly. Now, you have other these news outlets such as CNN, MSNBC, ABC News, who are telling the White House that if they want to, keep Fox out, then the other news organization are not going to show up to the press conferences. Do you see this war between Fox News and the White House as journalism losing its credibility?
I think journalism lost its credibility a long time ago. The more and more that you have a entity such as the White House telling stations that we're going to pick and choose who can report such and such, send press releases to only certain news stations and not the others, that loses credibility of the White House. It loses credibility of journalism.
And this has been going on for a while, not just with the
It's not just with the Obama administration. It's been going for years. Prior to, I think probably even prior to Bush, when it started with Clinton. Clinton was pushing on, I only want these people to say this thing.
Exactly.
And then with Bush was known to go straight to Fox News and shut out CNN. Now Obama has decided to take the opposite turn of Bush and go to CNN, MSNBC, all these other, it's starting to become known as the liberal news networks, but at the same time, they're not even really reporting anything anymore, because I know for sure I can turn on CNN. I don't see anything what's going on with the news today. I see what's going on with Paris Hilton or Britney Spears. It's turned into celebrity drama, not what's going on in D.C.
And one can also say that more people are getting their news from the internet with independent sources. And possibly that is because they see these major outlets as biased or favored to one party or to one political ideology or another. Now, Fox News, for example, when they bring on people like on Fox News Sunday as their guest of the day, people like Rush Limbaugh, do you think this adds fuel to the fire as far as the White House claim that Fox News really isn't news, but is basically opinionated, which we know Rush Limbaugh is?
One thing you have to look at is when you have a thing such as Fox News Sunday, or you have all these other little mini shows that they do when they bring guests on, a lot of these guests are booked in advance way before any of these fuel to the fire would be happening. Before any of this war started, Rush Limbaugh probably has been on the books to be on that show 4 months, 5 months in advance, talking about whatever issue happens to be at hand. It's not like they call him, go, oh, here on the show tonight, or this morning, or what, any of those things. Personalities are booked in advance. Yes, it may add fuel to the fire because it is Rush Limbaugh. He brings fire with him everywhere he goes. But at the same time, you have to be able to look at it from a standpoint of he doesn't make the bookings, his press release person does. His press person does. So if Fox News calls 3 weeks in advance, hey, we need you to be on the show, they do it. I mean, it's a job.
And we all know that the Fox News has reached out to Obama administration officials.
Numerous times.
Numerous times. Recently, they have been told not to appear on Fox News Sunday, and they're trying to appear on every major network except for Fox. However, David Axelrod, one of Obama's senior advisors, met with the Fox News president. And everyone wished they could be a fly on the wall to hear how that meeting went. From a journalistic viewpoint, how would you suggest that they bridge that divide? Or can it be bridged?
Saying that it can be bridged, I'm not sure. They've really just pushed themselves so far out there about losing. They've lost credibility. The White House's press secretary has lost credibility by coming out saying, no, you cannot believe anything that's on Fox News. Trying to bridge the gap that he's built over time, because this didn't start just since they got into office. This started on the campaign trail. They had their war against Fox News before anything started. So saying you're going to bridge the gap means you should have done something a year, 2 years ago, before all of this hoopla started. Saying that, it doesn't mean necessarily that they can't. I just think it will take more than just one meeting. I think senior administrators, senior advisors, the czars, everyone should start making the circuit back to Fox News instead of shutting them out in the dark.
One can also argue that hopefully this would die down, blow over, as we all know the White House has bigger fish to fry these days, and that the cable networks need to spend more time focusing on issues and things that are affecting people's lives instead of disagreements of ideology. So I guess we'll see how that unravels.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. Well, thank you. That concludes the first episode of The Starting Point. I want to thank my guest, Valinda, for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
We want to thank you for tuning in, and until next time, have a good one.